So, you're looking in the mirror and maybe you're seeing a little more scalp than you used to. It's frustrating, right? You've probably been told it's just your genes, maybe just bad luck. But what if the real answer isn't in some expensive prescription bottle, but it's sitting right there on your dinner plate? Okay, let's dive into this.
We are going to cut through all of that noise, all of those empty promises, and take a hard look at the actual root causes of hair loss. Because, understanding the real problem is the only way to truly fix it. It's time for a whole new perspective.
On the one hand, you have these common beliefs that just make you feel powerless, right? But on the other hand, we have the real culprits, the things we can actually do something about. We're talking about massive hormonal shifts, hidden inflammation simmering under the surface, and, maybe the most important one of all, what you eat every single day.
So let's break down this trifecta of hair health saboteurs, because honestly, once you see how all these pieces of the puzzle connect, everything is going to start to make a whole lot more sense.
All right, first up, hormones. This is a big one. For men, a byproduct of testosterone called DHT is pretty infamous for literally shrinking hair follicles until they just give up. For women, a big drop in estrogen during menopause can cause hair to thin out. And this balance is so delicate. For instance, even women who take testosterone therapy for other reasons can get this surprise side effect of unwanted hair changes. It's wild.
Next up, let's talk about inflammation and your body being under attack. Sometimes your own immune system gets confused. It mistakes your precious hair follicles for bad guys and just goes on the offensive. A lot of the time, this is linked to a low-functioning thyroid or hypothyroidism. And here is a crucial clue. You can check this right now. Look in the mirror. See your eyebrows? If the outer third of your eyebrow is thinning out, that is a classic, often missed sign of a thyroid issue.
And what's the #1 cause of low thyroid in the US? It's going to blow your mind how simple this is. Not getting enough iodine. That's it. So many of us switch to those fancy pink Himalayan salts or sea salts, not realizing we were cutting out the main source of this essential mineral, which was added to regular old table salt for this exact reason.
And finally, there is stress. And I mean both emotional and physical stress. When your body is under constant pressure, it goes into survival mode. It starts to see things like growing your hair and nails as a luxury it simply can't afford. So it diverts all its precious energy and resources to the systems that keep you alive. And the whole hair production department, it gets shut down.
Now, all of these things, hormones, inflammation, stress, they might seem like separate issues, but they are all connected by one central system that might actually surprise you. It all comes back to your gut.
The key idea here is a condition called leaky gut. And hey, don't let the name freak you out. It simply means that the protective barrier of your intestines has been damaged a bit, allowing tiny inflammatory particles to leak into your bloodstream where they absolutely do not belong. And this is where the dominoes really start to fall. First, that gut wall breaks down. Then, boom, inflammation floods your system. Your body declares a state of all-out war because it thinks it's under constant attack. Now, in that wartime economy, all the resources get sent to the troops, your immune system, and the non-essential outposts, like your hair follicles, they get cut off from the supply line. They're left to starve.
So you can see the huge difference this makes right on your scalp. A healthy scalp has great circulation and happy, nourished follicles. But an inflamed scalp, it's got constricted blood flow and follicles that are literally being starved of the nutrients they need to grow. It's a hostile environment.
This brings us to a really important crossroads. If the problem is internal, if it's inflammation and nutrient deficiency, what about the common prescription drugs people use? Are they a real solution or just a temporary fix?
Well, there are two main players. You've got Minoxidil, you probably know it as Rogaine. It directly stimulates follicles, but the catch is, when you stop using it, the gains often disappear. Then there's Finasteride, which blocks that DHT hormone we talked about. It can be effective, but it comes with a pretty serious warning label of potential side effects, like decreased libido and even depression.
So here's the bottom line. As Dr. Stephen Gundry puts it, these drugs are like patching a leaky roof instead of fixing the foundation. Sure, they might stop the drip for a little while, but they do absolutely nothing to fix the crumbling foundation that's causing the whole problem in the first place. So if we want to fix that foundation, we have to start in the kitchen. It is time to talk about what you should actually be eating to build strong, healthy hair from the inside out.
First, you want to load up on polyphenol powerhouses. Think of those deep, richly colored foods: pomegranates, berries, green tea, high-quality olive oil. Why? Because polyphenols have this amazing 1-2 punch.
They directly reduce stress on your hair follicles, and they feed the good gut bacteria that are responsible for keeping that gut wall strong and healthy. Next, you need the right building blocks. Your hair is made of a protein called keratin. You get that from high-quality sources like pasture-raised eggs and wild-caught fish. And these foods also give you healthy fats, like omega-3s, which are absolutely critical for calming down that systemic inflammation we've been talking about. And please, don't forget the micronutrients. This is where that iodine comes roaring back in. Using iodized sea salt is the easiest fix. You also need things like zinc, silica, and B vitamins like biotin and folate, which you'll find in leafy greens. Think of these as the nuts and bolts that keep your body's hair factory running smoothly.
Okay, I know, that was a lot of information. You're probably thinking, how do I actually turn all of this into a simple routine? Let's make it super easy.
Your mission for this week, should you choose to accept it, is to just start with a targeted shopping list. We are not overhauling everything at once. We're just adding in the most powerful foods that will have the biggest impact.
Here it is. For iodine, grab some iodized sea salt. For polyphenols, pick up some berries, fresh or frozen, both are great, green tea, and a good bottle of extra virgin olive oil. For omega-3s, think wild salmon or sardines. And for your biotin and protein, get some pasture-raised eggs. It is that straightforward.
And if you need a little proof that this really works, look no further than Dr. Gundry himself. He had a prominent bald spot, but after he focused on fixing his gut and changing his diet, guess what? It grew back. He literally reversed his own genetic tendency toward baldness by fixing the foundation.
If you found this explainer helpful for getting to the root of the issue, do us a favor and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe for more myth-busting deep dives just like this one.
The takeaway is simple. Fix your gut, fix your hair. So what's the first change you're going to make to your plate this week? Let us know what your plan is in the comments below.